Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Bill Chandler, and I'm from Gap Inc., and it's my honor to welcome you to our world headquarters. I want to start by just acknowledging the person who's brought us all together today, and that's California Governor Jerry Brown. Please join me. And I have to also acknowledge it's wonderful to have First Lady Ann Gust back in the building. Thank you. 2 weeks ago, many of us on the stage, not quite all of us, but many of us on the stage gathered in a room in the state capitol, and we were trying to solve a problem. On one side were the attorneys who were busily writing and preparing to file. On the other side was a company that had gathered signatures for a ballot referendum. And then the state in the middle was trying to find a way to collect sales taxes it's owed. Out of that room came a compromise, and it's practical problem solving at its best. Being from Gap Inc., I'm proud of the role we played, and a lot of others played a role, many of the people in this room. In particular, I want to introduce and have him speak for a moment, John Fisher. He's the youngest son of Don and Doris Fisher, who are our company's founders. John's a very successful businessman in his own right. He rolled up his sleeves, he made calls, he sent emails. I know he talked to some of the folks on the stage here, and he made a difference in the passage of AB 155. John?
Thank you, Bill. So 42 years ago, my parents founded the Gap here in San Francisco, and we've been very fortunate as a company to see ourselves today at over 3,000 stores in 9 countries around the world. And here in California, which continues to be our home, we have over 300 stores, several distribution centers, computer facilities, and our headquarters, which you're all in today. We're proud to call California our home, and we want to do everything that we can to help the Golden State. So when I heard about this issue and talked to Bill about it, it seemed like it was pretty clear cut. This was sort of all about fairness, that companies that are based here in California or have stores here in California shouldn't be disadvantaged by investing in the state. But it seemed, as Bill pointed out, that there were some sort of intractable forces at work. There was sort of anti-tax forces, there was fairness forces, et cetera. And I'm really proud to have sort of been part of an effort that was able to bring together kind of everybody on this stage, as well as some who aren't here. And in particular, I'd like to thank both Speaker Perez and Senate President Pro Tem Steinberg, as well as leader Bob Dutton, who really came together to do something that seemed like it was right for California, right for the retailers here, and ultimately I think something that was agreeable to the online organizations as well. So thank you all for making this happen. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce the governor of our great state, Jerry Brown.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to be at a place and a time when we actually got something done with both parties, with antagonistic forces. And it gives me a lot of confidence looking ahead that we're going to solve even more problems. Specifically today, faced a stone wall. That stone wall was torn down. It was torn down by legislators working together, across party lines, by business people, online, and bricks and mortar companies, because it's the right thing, and also we had some leverage because we were threatening the tax, and Amazon was threatening the referendum, and when you get 2 threats, that gives you an opportunity to find a compromise, and that's exactly what we have. And these bills will bring First, they're going to bring thousands of jobs to California, hundreds of millions of dollars into the state coffers at a time we desperately need the money, and it's also leveling the playing field. And finally, hopefully it will set an example to our colleagues in Washington that they too can learn to collaborate, that Republicans can talk to Democrats and get something done for the country. And today we get something done for California, and I'm very glad to be here. So now I think I move over here, and if the bill is underneath that little microphone. There it is. And contrary to what you might read, I love signing bills. Especially bills that have so many nice people surrounding them. All right.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank the governor for his leadership in signing this legislation today. But I also want to thank the three legislators here who each had a piece in crafting this solution that resulted in AB 155. Assembly Majority Leader Chuck Calderon, the author of AB 155, Senators Lonnie Hancock and Assemblywoman Nancy Skinner. Each of them had pieces of legislation that were addressing this issue and helped create the circumstances that resulted in the compromise that was just signed into law by the governor. And this is a compromise that is based in fundamental fairness. We're leveling the playing field for our bricks and mortar businesses that build in California and create needed jobs for California. But we've also ensured that Amazon and other online retailers have an opportunity to achieve a uniform national policy with respect to sales taxes to ensure that online retailers remain competitive not only here in California, but throughout the country. Today's bill signing marks an important step in our effort to create jobs in California and ensure that we have tax and regulatory systems in place that reward investing in California, as well as provide crucial revenues to help stabilize California's budget situation. I'm very pleased that we were able to reach this deal with Amazon and with the bricks and mortar retailers that are here, and I'm hopeful that this action will help businesses both online and bricks and mortar grow in California as we continue the hard work of rebuilding our economy from the recession. With that, I'd like to bring up the Vice President of Global Public Policy from Amazon, Paul Misener.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and let me begin by thanking Bill and Mr. Fisher and the GAP for their crucial role not only in bringing together this event, but for the spirit of cooperation that they created within that room a few weeks back. So thank you very much to the GAP. We're very grateful to Governor Brown and his team for emphasizing the opportunity for jobs and investment in California. We're also grateful to the legislatures and especially the sponsors here with us and the leadership in both chambers. It was a bipartisan effort, as has been mentioned before, and they worked closely with the governor to create this win-win law. We're excited at Amazon that Amazon subsidiaries now are able to bring 10,000 new jobs to the state, as well as $500 million in capital investment over the next few years. We also look forward to reinstating thousands of Amazon advertising affiliates based in California. As for the sales tax issue, the sales tax issue must be resolved in Congress. It's the appropriate place, and it's the only way that California will be able to obtain all the sales tax revenue that is available to be collected. As analysts have noted, we'll be able to offer the best prices to our customers regardless of whether sales tax is collected. And so we are committed to going to Washington, working with the states, brick and mortar retailers, and other interested parties to obtain that federal legislation that we all on this dais seek. Lastly, I look forward to working with Governor Brown, his administration, the legislature, state and local agencies to establish a strong, lasting partnership between my company, Amazon.com, and the citizens, businesses, and government of California. Thank you very much.